Can you share a happy ending story or two?
I love happy ending stories, and we have many here. One of the first cases that we had, her name was Miso. Miso was kept in the garage along with another dog. Now, during the time she was kept in this garage, the other dog did not allow her to eat, and every time she did try to eat, the dog would bite her and attack her. So by the time we got her here at the shelter, she had several puncture wounds in her face. She had a large chunk of flesh out of her neck, and she weighed 20 pounds. She should have weighed 50 pounds. Once she came in here, she had a sweetheart and a great spirit. So we knew we had to save her. We took her to the vet. She was treated, even I fostered her for a while. She gained 30 pounds. She became a happy, healthy puppy and was successfully adopted. Now Miso, we changed her name to Hope because we knew that that's what she once had. Once she came into our shelter, she had hope. So we've set up something called Hope's Fund, which is strictly for the abused and neglected animals that come into our shelter.
Betty, how long ago did Hope's Fund start, and can you tell us of some of the animals that have benefited from this special fund?
Hope's Fund started about 3 years ago, and yes, we've had many animals benefit. We got in a small dog that unfortunately some children, young boys, threw it against a railroad car, seriously broke its jaw. A Good Samaritan brought the dog into us. We took it to the vet and treated it, and now that dog is in a wonderful home. Another example is, again, some children abusing a small dog. The dog was brought into our shelter. Unfortunately, the leg of that dog had to be amputated, but once the dog was healed, you would never know the dog had a missing leg. It ran like crazy.
Now, one of the most recent stories and one of the most recent animals that have benefited through Hope's Fund is Romeo, who is now on the road to recovery. Tell us a little about Romeo, because that's an important story that got a lot of press.
Well, Romeo was rescued by the Gary Police Department. And when they brought Romeo here, we saw that Romeo was in very, very bad shape. It had puncture wounds in his muzzle. They were very infected. One of his ears was literally torn off, and he had wounds all over his body. We decided, because again of his spirit and wonderful attitude towards people, that we wanted to save him. So we took him to the Munster Animal Hospital, where he was in their care and has been in their care for a few weeks. He is now almost completely recovered and is ready to find his forever home.
On average, how many animals are in the care of Humane Society of Northwest Indiana on any given day?
Well, it does kind of depend on what time of year it is, but I would say anywhere from 50 to 75 animals. Even we've had as many as 100 animals here at one time. A very difficult situation, but we do try our best.
Is there a certain time of year that's busier than others because maybe of litters being born or something to that effect?
Well, usually in the spring it seems like we have a lot more kittens and puppies. Maybe because the weather's nicer, people are not responsible. They let their dogs run, they let their dogs roam, and then they come back and find out that their female dog is pregnant. So yes, the time of year does make a difference.
Why do you charge for the animals when people come to give them homes? You would think that they're, abused or neglected animals, you would be happy to get them homes. Why is there a charge?
Well, first of all, we're a humane society. We deal with animals. We love our animals, but we are also a business. And unless we have funds coming in, we cannot stay open. And we do a lot more for our animals than a lot of organizations. An animal that comes in here gets a basic health check. They get their vaccinations, including Bordetella for kennel cough. If they have intestinal parasites, they're treated for those parasites. They also get microchipped and spayed or neutered.